So, so easiest way is to go and pick up the English newspaper from your library and start reading. And when you read, you will observe that these typical words and phrases reoccur, frequently occur in the reports. So I may read out for you, and if you are interested, you may also better take them down. See, according to the sources, then you met. According to sources, the accident took place at the wee hours on Friday. So, according to sources, is the oft quoted kind of jargon. When I use the jargon, it is in a way negative term also. So, better word is terminology, but in general conversation, jargon would do. So, I have used the term jargon over here. Then again, our correspondent reports. This is again a kind of important phrase which you will have to use when you are writing a press report. Our correspondent reports that the government has announced an ex gratia payment, for example. Again, this happens in the beginning of the sentence, but when you put this type of thing in the end, then you write the sentence, then you add like this, the third one, the source is said, and full stop. 7 people were killed and 19 injured, the sources said. The police said, for example, or the police added when there is some information which is a kind of add on kind of information. Then again, one very fine line, the minister clarified. He will have to always clarify the things. So the minister clarified. And when you don't have enough of the information, and you may find this in the electronic media, more details are awaited, because you know only one or two points of the incident. Accident has taken place and 3 people have been killed, for example. Where and how it happened you don't know, so you may put this line, more details are awaited. But friends, this line should be omitted because you are expected to write a comprehensive report. But these are some shortcuts if you want if you are facing with some particular situation, then to cut it short you may put this way, that more details are awaited. Now next, friends, I have used some words for your I think convenience, because we are writing the three types of reports, one of which is natural calamities, the other is celebrations or speeches, and the third one is accidents. So when it comes to natural calamities, there are so many aspects. It may be floods, it may be earthquake, it may be snowfall, it can be tsunami, for example. But generally, I think we must be familiar with the words which are used in a particular kind of report. And I have talked about the floods. Then what happens is, I talked about command over language. Then I'm writing a report on the floods. But if I'm not familiar with the particular words which should be used in the report, then it may create some problem. So to avoid that problem, I will have to become familiar with the words which are essential, which are a part of the report, and I must use them in the reports of a particular nature, that is floods. So if you go to the slide, friends, and if you are interested, you may better take down these words when you are writing a report on floods, for example. Then I may talk about some words. First is submerged, when it is totally covered under the water, then it is called submerged, and you may find nothing around, only water is there. There is, for example, there was a kind of temple, small temple, but because of floods, water is there, and you cannot locate where the temple is, you cannot find where the road is. Then we call it, the roads were submerged, the small temple was submerged, the small huts were submerged, the farms were submerged. So this happens when it is floods. It does not happen when it is drought. You cannot say in drought situation the farms were submerged, the huts were submerged. No. So friends, take care and take down for your convenience the words which are useful when you are writing a report on the floods. First is submerged, next is inundated. Again, it is a same connotation as is with the submerged. Then low lying areas. What happens is, the hilly area may not be submerged generally, and logically also. So generally what happens is, waterlogging occurs only in the low lying areas. when it is road for example, then what happens is low lying areas, and in the low lying areas you find low water logging, and there is always traffic hazard when it rains cats and dogs. So low lying areas are worst affected areas during the floods and heavy rains. So please take care of the spelling also. It is lying. Low lying areas were submerged and waterlogging occurred. The traffic hazard occurred. There was some a problem in terms of smooth conduct of traffic in the low lying areas during the heavy rains. So these are the word. Deluge is an important word. Deluge is heavy floods, and it is not an event of 1 or 2 hours. It continues for days together. Generally, deluge you can use when it comes to the rains in the West Bengal or Assam. Brahmaputra, for example, it flows like the ocean, so deluge occurs there. Certainly not in Gujarat. Over flooded. What is over flooded? Generally dams are over flooded, the tanks are and river beds are over flooded, so water comes out of that particular area, catchment area for example. So it is over flooding and it may cause tremendous kind of disasters. So over flooded is a word. Overflow is also kind of word. Dams are overflowed. What happens is the water level exceeds the limit, then it is overflowing. Generally it is a very fine scene when you go to the Sardar Sarovar Dam, and especially people rush to the see the overflowing Sardar Sarovar Dam. So overflowing in a way is very dangerous thing when it comes to heavy rains, but in terms of specific cases like Sardar Sarovar is overflowing, it is a good news for all of us because we get extra water for that. And last is, please take care of this friends, and you may go to the slide. Aerial survey. Check the spelling. It is AERIAL. Aerial surveys is always conducted by airplane or helicopters. It is through air. And why it is conducted? Just to ascertain the damages and losses, just to ascertain the span of the damage, just to ascertain how much area has been inundated, what is the exactly nature of the damage because of the floods. So aerial surveys is taken by authorities generally, maybe the chief minister, maybe the governor, maybe the prime minister, or maybe the central team. So aerial survey is the part of floods. You cannot have aerial surveys generally in drought where you have got open roads, but because of flood roads are blocked, water logging is there, and the roads are always they are badly affected through the heavy rains, so it is never smooth ride on the road. So aerial surveys are taken place and it gives a total impact of the disaster or the natural calamity of floods. So aerial survey is a part of your report when you are writing reports on the floods. Friends, I would like to give some more words for road accidents. Road accidents may be so many types. It may be a collision of two vehicles. It may be a collision of skidding. It may be the accident because of skidding. It may be an accident because of collision of a vehicle on the road and the train, which is very frequent in India. So friends, this type of things occur. So in each type of this specific kind of road accidents, we will have to take care of some specific words. For example, accident may took place because of overturning. The truck overturned, for example. Why? Because it was overloaded. So overturning from the road, and it may fall in some deep, and it may cause some accident. It may create some casualties also. The next is collided head on. Friends, take down these words. You have got ample of time. So when you are writing the road accidents reports, so these words I think may figure in your answer. Overturned. Number one is collided head on. Means the two vehicles collide head on, means they come from the opposite direction. It is not side by side. It is not because of that overtaking that this accident or accident takes place. It is a collision because of the two vehicles are coming from the different direction at a great speed, and that is head on. So head on is kind of collision. of the vehicles when they come from the opposite directions, and they are always rushing on the highways, and this occurs head on kind of collision. Next is skidded. Generally two wheelers get skidded. So when it is sticky, slippery, and when it is rainy season, then you skid. When there is oil spill on the roads, then also you have got skidded. Your vehicle is skidded. Next is lost control. Generally, friends, it is very sad that drivers generally, it is as of all of us know, that they have some kind of addiction, and because of that addiction they generally lose control over the steering. So what happens is the driver lost control over the steering, and this happened. So lost control is a kind of important word. Next is opposite direction. Means accident generally occurs in terms of collision. The vehicles always come from the opposite directions. So this I think we should have to remember. And last important word is, phrase, rammed into. When there is a collision, the two vehicles which come from the opposite directions, they are collided and rammed into one another. So there is small car, and the opposite side vehicle is truck, which is overloaded and very heavy. Then the car rams into the truck, not trucks rammed into the car. So friends, take care of you correctly using this type of terms, which are very essential. Next slide, I would like to talk about air crashes. Again, I think which are very familiar words, friends. We have got some time. If you are interested to take down these terms, landing, when plane is coming down to the ground, that is landing. Takeoff is, it is going up into the air. Crew members is the staff which you find in the airplane, which provides you services. Generally air hostesses and pilots, they are crew members. Next is on board. On board means the passenger who are in the plane. So you can say there were 87 passengers and 7 crew members on board. Next is when it comes to flights and air crash, flight number so and so of the so and so airlines. I think this type of details are essential when you are reporting for the air crash. So you will have to mention it, you will have to become more specific regarding the details of the particular flight which had met some accident. Next is, if you are more careful, you may also put the brand of that particular plane. It may be jet, it may be Avro, it may be Boeing, whatever it is, and the details are available through sources. Then very important point is airport authorities. Every now and then every airport authority is always there in the picture. So better you write this term also. And last, not the least, of course, Civil Aviation Ministry. When it comes to airplanes, Civil Aviation Ministry is always in the light. So you will have to mention the Civil Aviation Ministry also, because it comes to the airplanes. Next, I think it is high time to ask questions. My important point is, take care of the good language, take care of the 7 W's, take care of the heading part, subsidiary heading. Make sure that you do not use punctuations in terms of full stop. Show your sources. Make the heading more effective, catchy and compact, not the longer one. It may be all 4 to 5 words in all. I showed you a couple of newspapers. Then the body part is equally important, friends. Before I could conclude, I would like to draw your attention towards the body part also. It must not be too long. There were the days when the news items spread over the pages and pages. Nowadays only, you will not find a continuation nowadays. So they finish the story right in one space only without any continuation. So friends, take care that it must be very compact, it must be very catchy, it may be full of information in terms of everything, but it must not have extra words, it must not have the information which is not part of the event. So friends, take care of that, and you may be able. Generally what happens is, nowadays there is always a kind of word limit, and there is always limit. For example, here also the limit is almost over. So friends, take care of the word limit. it may, you are given the limit of words, maybe 1000 words, then you will have to cover it in 1000 words only. So friends, the main parts I talked about are the heading, the sources. In heading you may also include, of course friends, subsidiary headings, the place, you may put the date or no, choice is yours. One important point is there are never titles to the paragraphs. It flows thoroughly without any title to the particular paragraphs. So it is, friends, very often you are inclined to put paragraphs in, I mean titles to each paragraph, which is not part of the newspaper report. So friends, take care. The best thing is you go to the library, pick up the newspaper in English and start reading, and you will feel certainly more comfortable, friends. If you got questions, I would be happy to share my views on them. Otherwise, I must thank you and I must wish you all the best for your papers, university exams and preliminary examinations. Thank you, friends. Bye.